Welcome to Rec and Connect. We're back.
We are back.
We're here.
What number episode are
We're
we
on
on?
number 5.
Five.
Give me that
High
5. And we're in
five
High Five
at High
Media
Five.
Access Studios.
Yeah.
Thank you as always.
Do you
High five.
have a favorite 5, like your 5th birthday, 5th president, athlete that wore the number 5?
I might have gotten my first big girl bike at age 5.
Oh, okay.
You know, transitioned out of the pink Huffy, which I still have, by the way.
You still do.
My dad does not throw away anything. I saw it the other day.
Do you ride it down to the rec center
No,
from your house?
it's pretty cute though.
Okay.
It's got like a big old seat, and I did ride it. I live up Gypsum Creek, and
Right.
I used to ride it down to Gypsum as a kid.
Okay.
No,
Not anymore.
that was
Okay.
a long ways as a small bean,
Well, yeah, but it's all downhill.
and it was
if
dirt road. But then you had to climb back
Oh,
up,
Well, that's when you'd be like, "Hey, pops, come
and
get me."
there were cattle dog that would chase us,
Well, good. Well,
which
you're
was
just
okay
helping
going
that.
down,
Yeah,
but going
yeah.
back up, it's where the school is now, the Gypsum Creek Elementary School. Like
Oh,
we
okay.
would ride by that, and that's now no longer cattle fields, but I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Okay,
Just
good.
get on the e-bike, I can go real fast.
Nice. We have really cool e-bikes. Thanks,
Yeah.
Kaylee.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Gear
borrowing-
library.
Yeah, I'm borrowing one next week.
Yeah.
What?
So anyway, I'm Jamie Wilson, Community Marketing Engagement Manager.
Yes,
I
yes.
just forgot my title.
Yeah.
It happens. And then I have the illustrious Parker with me.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm a sports coordinator at Mountain Rec, and I'm everywhere all the time. Pickleball, basketball, soccer ball, and now I'm going to be living at Eagle Valley baseball field with some fresh turf. Year number 2.
Sports time. It's
Sports
summertime
time.
almost.
It is getting
I know we're in spring, but
busy.
summer is coming.
It is getting busy. Survived the first weekend of March Madness. My Gators did not, so please do not pick on me.
I saw a post of Chris on, I think it was Facebook or Instagram.
I think
When
both.
he was watching a game at one of our restaurant areas, and he looked very stressed out.
I was. And then they lost with 4 seconds to go, and I cried myself to sleep.
You did? Aw.
Speaking of crying yourself to sleep, I'm not sure how this is going to transition, but we're going to talk to Cam from Mountain Youth. So, kids sometimes just cry over random stuff.
Yeah.
I was an adult that cried over something I had no control over.
Right.
Oh, great
A bunch of
segue.
uniforms running back and forth on a court.
Yeah,
Made you
exactly.
sad.
But on a serious note, no, we're going to chat with Cam Dole from Mountain Youth. That's an organization that has been supporting young people and families across the county for over 2 decades. Their work focuses on youth leadership, prevention, behavioral health, and helping young people build skills they need to thrive. And we're excited to learn more about what they're seeing in our community and how organizations like Mountain Rec and Mountain Youth can work together to support the next generation. So what are we going to be talking to Cam about today?
I'm excited to talk with Cam about Mountain Youth. I think, we're going to learn more about what they do, what they offer, and it's a pretty inspiring organization. They're really helping our youth from ages 10 to actually, 25-year-olds. And there's a lot of learning that's going on, a lot of development in our youth at those ages. So I'm excited to see what they do, what their role is in day-to-day and helping our kids and the impacts they have on the community. So it's going to be, I think, a pretty cool conversation with Cam.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We'll bring him in shortly. But before we get to Mr. Cam, we're going to tell you, the viewers/listeners, what we, Mountain Rec, have going on for the youth in April. We got a lot of stuff coming up. It's warming up. It's unbelievable.
warm.
Oh, it is warm. But we have plenty of activities to keep our youth busy. And just a reminder that all the information today can be found at the bottom of the screen, mountainrec.org. Jammer, lead us off talking about summer registration.
I can't believe we're talking about summer. We mentioned this in the last episode, but parents, summer reg is open. Some of the programs are filling up, so you want to get online. But we have camps for about nearly everything. I mean, everything from esports, gaming camps,
Nice.
ninja camps, gymnastics camps, soccer camps, baseball camps, t-ball camps, youth summer
camps.
day camps,
Yeah.
mountain bike camp. It's just incredible what we can offer our kids throughout the summer to keep them active and healthy, and while their parents go to work and pay the bills.
Yeah. Thanks, parents.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
But talking about Rec Kids day camps. That's going to be taking place over our spring break, which will be April 20th to the 24th. Camps feature a full day of programs, including games, fitness activities, crafts, swimming, playground time, and much more. These camps are a great option for families who are working and can't get away to support their kiddos all day long in that regard. So yeah, take your kids to Rec Kids Camp during spring break. And also, you can take them to the Edwards Fieldhouse on Wednesdays to play electronics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Minecraft?
Is that the one where like you pick the number and then
I was gonna ask. I have no
no?
idea.
Okay. No, or it's the one where I
Smash
haven't.
Bros.
Yeah, Smash Bros is fun.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
I've heard of Mario Kart.
I grew up on that. But Wednesdays, 4 p.m., Edwards Fieldhouse. You do not need to register, but you can register for like the summer camps with Fortnite, Minecraft, Super Smash Brothers, and that'll take place in June and July. Those camps are for kiddos ages 7 to 13, and it will allow them to hone in on their skills in those 3 games.
We have a pretty cool gaming lounge. Well, I think it's cool. I've never actually sat down and gamed. But
I haven't sat down and gamed, but like I've seen it, and it's really good, really cool. Hunter and Brad do a good job of like make that like a welcoming and enjoyable experience.
If you have questions, Hunter typically works in the afternoons up at the Edwards Fieldhouse, and he is our gaming expert.
Yes, he is.
He's a big time gamer. Like we did mention, as we're going to get really into these summer camp opportunities, just so everybody knows what's going on. But we're going to start out. We have gymnastics camps this summer, and we also have our gymnastics sessions starting. So registration is now open, and the session runs from June 1st to June 26th at the Edwards Fieldhouse and the Gypsum Rec Center. And then the coolest thing is, like, we do offer a lot of drop-in programs at both our facilities, but we have tumble tots at the Edwards Fieldhouse and Gypsum Rec Center nearly every day. They're at different times throughout the day, so you want to hop on our website to find out more. But it's pretty awesome to watch our little tumblers kind of grow confidence and skills and balance, and they're just kind of cute. That's the best way to put it. And then, we just installed our new kind of ninja course area at the Edwards Fieldhouse. So I never knew when I worked here that we would offer a ninja and parkour summer camp.
Parkour.
It makes me want to go. Yeah, when I was looking on this, I was like, parkour.
Yeah.
Parkour. Sometimes I jump.
Yeah.
Randomly, I'm like, parkour.
Yeah.
So that's happening this summer, and the camps are running June through August. We have several camps, so it's a cool opportunity to have kids test their climbing skills, jumping skills, flying skills, and yell, parkour.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
On the gymnastics note, really quick, congratulations, Becky. She won our Homie Nomi this last month. Thanks for all you do.
Becky's our gymnastics
she's
supervisor, and she is a busy gal. They're out traveling around. The team is right now, the Ascent Gymnastics team. So
yeah.
So
it was good to see her, and it was really cool because her husband presented it to her, and
made her cry.
But in a very good way. It was very touching.
It was lovely. We have the Homie Nomi gets delivered or handed out to an employee each month.
From a fellow employee.
From a fellow employee. Yep. And so it's a kind of a cool little thank you, gratitude. It's in rough shape.
Yes.
But it's pretty cool.
Yes. And the Johnsons, Becky and Brad, have 2 kids. Can you tell us about Kids Night Out?
Kids Night Out. I was working with some elementary schoolers at the PTO fundraiser, just asking like what kind of activities want. Kids Night Out was by far their favorite. They want more and more and more of Kids Night Out.
The parents or the kids?
The kids.
Oh, they want to get away from the parents.
Lucia, who's one of our youth organizers, just kept rolling her eyes. And she was like... but it was cool. So Kids Night Out is happening at April 10th in Gypsum and April 17th in Edwards, and you just drop your kiddo off at 5:30. We'll feed them. We'll make them tired. They do activities, games, you name it, and then you pick them up at 8:30, so you get some you time.
Sweet.
If that's what you're looking for.
Speaking of activities for the youngsters, we have Taekwondo for kids ages 4 years and 3 months to 6 years old. Yes, that is not a typo. 4 years and 3 months. It's going to take place on Wednesdays beginning April 1st, no fooling, and on Tuesdays beginning April 7th in Edwards. Both days will start at 4:30 p.m. Limited spaces remain. We'll be offering plenty of Taekwondo summer camps this summer in June, July, August, and for beginners and more advanced students for kids ages 7 to 14. And all of this will take place at the Edwards Field House.
If we have typos in the script, it's my fault.
Okay.
There's a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on, yes.
Like when you go through our website, there is no shortage of youth activities and adult activities. So anyway.
We like it because it keeps us employed, I feel.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I guess that's why we're sitting here.
Yes. All right. It's a pretty fly organization that we work for.
Speaking of fly,
What?
have you ever been fly fishing?
No.
I have not either. But we are offering a fly fishing camp during school break in April. So kind of a cool, different opportunity. You know, we have the rec kids camps, but we also have a fly fishing camp April 20th through 24th for ages 9 to 14th. And we're working with Eagle River Outfitting Guides to offer this camp. So pretty cool partner organization. They're going to learn how to, you know, everything from casting a fly rod, reading the water, choosing the right flies, and how to land a fish.
Sweet. Have you ever caught a big fish?
I have. I used to go fishing all the time growing up here. We go all over the place.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember one time my brother was real mad at me because I kept catching all the fish.
Oh.
And he was just getting furious. And I was like, got another one?
Yeah.
Got another one?
Did you throw him back or did you cook him dinner and make him feel better?
I think we cooked them.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, fishies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Delightful.
Yeah. So I haven't fished in probably 20 years. I don't know.
Sweet. Usually when I'm on the water, I just want to be in it. I don't want to...
In it, tubing, rafting.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But yeah, really cool new thing we're offering here at Mountain Rec.
Sweet. Something else that we also offer is our pre-K programs that's focused on early development. We have gymnastics, Wii Sports, and parent-child swim lessons, plus Learn to Swim programs. We do have Wii Sports. I think Wii Soccer registration is closing very soon. It fills up fast and it's fun. It's relationship building. It's time for your little kiddos to play some little kiddos soccer. And don't forget about our Challenger soccer camps. That's going to be June 1st through the 5th, August 3 through the 7th, and that's for kiddos ages 3 to 14.
Yeah, that's the first of many camps we're going to keep talking about.
First of many. We have a lot of information, folks, so get the notepad or record or however you go about viewing this.
What about the baseball, t-ball, softball, and basketball camp programs this summer?
It's going to be my life until September. But registration is underway for our summer baseball and softball programs. Co-rec T-ball for 5 and 6 year olds. Then we get up to coach pitch for 7 to 8 year olds.
What's coach pitch? Is that just solely focused on pitching?
No, it's where the coach pitches to the batters.
I was curious.
So yeah, Craig's thrown plenty of perfect games to 7 and 8 year olds.
That's really
Craig was
nice.
our guest last time. But then we get up to 9 and 10 year olds for minors baseball, and then we have majors for 11 and 12. Both of those are where the kids actually pitch. And then we also offer softball for girls 9 to 12 years old. These programs will begin in early June and run through the end of July and are available in Edwards, Eagle, and Gypsum. One other camp. Stick with us. We're hosting an NOD basketball camp, and that's going to be June 29th to July 1st, and the High Altitude Hoops Youth Basketball Camps on July 13th and 14th.
So we also, we're rolling right along. We have the Skyhawks camps for basketball TOTS classes this summer. And so these are for our little, I said basketball. Skyhawks baseball camps, and these are for our little sluggers.
Yep.
So these are the little guys ages 2 to 4.
Right.
I can't I need to go see how this works.
How do you just keep them together?
Like 2-year-olds together
with baseball bats.
Baseball bats. Yeah. I was like, Just, I need to go watch this.
Yes.
And then the Skyhawks is also doing soccer camps for those 2 to 4 year olds. And so it should be pretty cute watching them run around kicking balls.
Mm-hmm.
And these camps are also in June and July. And for the spikers out there, that was more my jam when I was growing up. There's volleyball camps. And those will also take place in June and July for 5 to 10 year olds. So we can start them young. You know?
And when you played volleyball, were you the librarian? Libero?
Libero.
What position did you play is what I'm getting at.
I was a backcourt person.
Okay.
And then I was a pretty good spiker because I'm pretty tall.
Oh, neat.
But not as tall as some.
All right. That's volleyball. Now we're going to move to outdoors. Kaylee is not going to sleep for the next 4 or 5 months. Hi. Our outdoor rec staff is offering a ton of cool summer camps, including intro to backpacking for 10 to 14-year-olds. It's going to be July 7th through the 9th, and then July 21st through the 23rd. And they also offer girls mountain bike camps for kiddos ages 7 to 10 and 9 to 14, and that will take place in June. And also, we have Pee Wee Peddlers.
I love this. Pee Wee Peddlers.
For 5 and 6-year-olds and youngsters, beginner to intermediate camps for kids ages 7 to 10, and our more advanced camps for kiddos 9 to 14. Also in June and July, we do have a lot of camps. We also offer skateboarding camps this summer, including the Duchess Ride for girls. I don't know what that is.
It's an all-girls skateboarding camp, so
Sweet.
pretty cool. And that's for the ages 10 to 14, and then the co-rec skate camps for ages 6 to 10 and 9 to 14. So they'll kind of start you out depending on where your level is at the skating areas. So, we do operate the skate park in Edwards. It's a pretty cool facility. It's been around a long time.
We got a little one in Gypsum too, right?
Yeah, there's one up above the recreation facility in Gypsum, and Eagle is working on that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We worked with the town of Eagle to create a master plan just for kind of skating and other areas of programming that might be needed at the Haymaker Trailhead area. So we'll see what comes down the road on that. But yeah, skating's pretty cool.
Well, parents, we just gave you a laundry list of stuff to sign your kids up with because, that's what we do in the summer. And if you need to see all of the schedules, make sure you visit our website at mountainrec.org. And we're going to take a quick break and bring in Cam to talk about Mountain Youth and what he is doing to support the young people in our valley. Cam, thanks for joining us. We're on episode number 5 of Rec and Connect. High five. There we go. At High Five Studios.
Do you want to high five too?
We are on one today already. Jammer, who do we have?
Yeah, so we have Cam today from Mountain Youth, and thank you for coming in and all you do in the community. Our mission at Mountain Rec is to support our residents and ensure they live active and healthy lifestyles. So it aligns well with all that Mountain Youth does, and you and your team work every day to support our mission and also as well as our youth mental health and leadership across the Eagle County. So welcome to the team.
Yeah, stoked to be here. Y'all do a ton, so really excited for this collaboration and opportunity.
Most definitely. Well, let's get the fun stuff out of the way. Where are you from? How'd you get here? How'd you get into Mountain Youth? And just tell our listeners and viewers just a little bit more about your programming.
Heck yeah. So currently, always, I guess, my name is Cameron Dole, and I serve as the Senior Manager of Youth Engagement at Mountain Youth. From Montana originally, went to school out in North Dakota for a few years. It's too flat out there. Went to school in Oregon, swam for the school. It was pretty nice out there, but knew that I wanted to be further in the mountains. Went to Fort Collins, was working at Costco for a little bit, and just needed something a little more.
Go Rams.
Yeah, go Rams. I can get with it. And so I moved out to the Vail Valley area for this job. Been in the role for about 5 years, and it's been awesome to see it grow and develop. Started as just high school programming when I was getting brought on, and we've expanded into middle school and young adult in the youth engagement age group.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's awesome to be able to be working with Mountain Youth and interacting with the youth in the valley and all the different schools, and yeah.
Awesome. So Susie introduced me to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I knew of Mountain Youth, but I didn't know what it was about. Can you just tell everybody kind of about the organization, its mission, and like what kind of its big goal in life is?
Most definitely, yeah. So I'll start with our vision, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Our vision is that all youth in the community thrive. So we want to see all those youth thrive through whatever avenue that is. We're rooted in prevention, so kind of making safe decisions from the start instead of like intervention, getting into it afterwards.
Yeah.
But as we know, like, youth are going to make decisions, and it's part of the fun of adolescence and risk taking and living it like that. So Mountain Youth interacts with youth all the way from elementary school. We've got in-school programming talking about vaping, prevention, substance abuse prevention, healthy relationships, up to our middle school and high school, like leadership, youth advocacy groups called Valley's Voice. We got into a young adult age group in the last year and a half or so called MOYA, which has been pretty awesome. So being able to serve that population, which is somewhat of a forgotten one in this valley. And then we do sort of stuff with parents, caregivers, and just community members. So
I can't believe you guys have been around for nearly 2 decades.
Oh, yeah.
That was something new to me. I was like, wow.
Yeah, we're coming up on 25, actually, is this summer.
Awesome.
Yeah, coming up in June. So we got a 25th anniversary celebration. Keep your eyes peeled for it.
You mentioned some of the biggest challenges, like some challenges that you've already deal with the youth. I mean, we're kind of in a tight valley, So what are some of the bigger ones that you've seen in your time with the organization?
I think every youth is different, of course. It's tough to give like that blanket statement of like, what are they struggling with in general? Of course we hear like healthy relationships or vaping or substance use, safety. We live in a very active, high adrenaline valley. So we're
Very true.
trying to, encourage those decisions and maybe not overlapping a couple of the risky decisions into one. But it's really the thing that I love about this role is the ability to interact with those youth on an individual level.
Nice.
Valley's Voice, we get the opportunity to employ youth and have them work on these things called passion projects, which is where they take an idea that they are interested in and they say, okay, we need more bike jumps. Bike jumps will increase mental health. So through increasing mental health, we can build more bike jumps in Eagle. And that's something that we want to do. We want to get that experience. Like, cool, let's keep you busy. Let's keep you going. And then that just contributes to the whole community. So
And within those, like the passion projects, is there anything like kind of, I don't want to say classes, but like leadership teachings so that you can kind of get them at a younger age, like just to kind of jump into a leadership role to maybe help youth when they get a little bit older?
Absolutely, yeah. So our middle school and high school programs definitely look different in the way that they're structured. We adopted a curriculum this year called Youth Celebrating Diversity, which has been really nice, helpful for me because it's a framework that I get to kind of go off of already. But it does talk about those leadership topics, and we can have youth lead those conversations because they're already built out workshops. So we've got high school youth advisors that lead those workshops in the middle school meetings.
Oh, cool.
And kind of have that mentor-mentee relationship with the middle school students. But then once they build up through that, like, yeah, I'm interested in facilitating a workshop. I'm like, cool, which workshop do you want to do?
Right.
They get to look at that list and decide what's interesting, and maybe, one topic might not be good for bike jumps, but it might be good for the mental health support project, And so each youth kind of picks out what they like out of that, and then when we get all together and talk about the projects, then it's like, oh, remember this or remember that?
Yeah.
So you're getting them off their, devices and getting out in the community and being active and healthy and
Hopefully,
That's awesome. I'm old. You're not as old.
Not yet.
You're definitely not as old.
Catching
Not
you one
yet.
day at a
Z
time.
is not as old. But what do you think are some of the what are things that are like adults often misunderstand about our youth?
I don't know. When I was in school, school challenged me, and I enjoyed that challenge. And teachers kind of pushed me, and kind of a general gist that I get from youth is that school isn't challenging enough, and I think it's just because there's not enough supports to be able to push each student individually.
Understood.
And so something that adults in the community, in terms of what they can do or misunderstanding about youth is that they still want to be pushed, even though they might be in that predicament in school or, okay, I don't really care what's going on in geometry or I don't need to go to world history. Like, that's not what gets me going. They still want to be challenged. They still want to be pushed. They still got a passion. And so even if they're not doing great in school, that doesn't mean that they're going to fail ultimately in life. We got to figure out what gets them going, what makes them tick, and how can we spur that around and connect them with other community partners or members or youth in the community that go to a different school or different age group or anything.
Awesome. can you kind of touched on it a little bit of just making an impact or helping them kind of like find their niche. Is there like a story or an individual from your time that really just resonates with you and sticks with you and is like, hey, this is why I do this?
We had a youth a couple years ago who was interested in a safe driving project. And she was a junior in high school, very, strong
Personality.
personality. Yeah. What
Outgoing.
she was going to do, she was going to get done. And we had a meeting with CDOT, Colorado Department of Transportation. And she was in there, and we're in a round table room, and there's like 13 guys with steel-toed boots, and, their hats on like this. And, exactly, and then she's just in there letting them have it. And it was like, wow, heck yeah, like this is what we need to do. We need to all empower youth to feel like they can talk like this, or that they can interact with adults like that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit? Sorry, Chris.
Go ahead.
A little bit more about what Valley Voices is.
Yeah, so Valley Voice, it's a program that any youth can get involved in, middle school and high school. And it's a place where youth can go to feel like they have a place to go. Youth do get paid for their time in Valley's Voice, but that's where we talk about that youth celebrating diversity curriculum. We go to the meetings, we talk about these things, work on the passion projects. We'll bring in community partners to say, hey, here's what we're doing. What do you think we should do differently? What would reach youth better? And so it gives those youth a platform to build their advocacy and to learn, okay, well, maybe this isn't it, but, can we have a meeting with the Watershed Council? Can we have a meeting with High Five? Can we have a meeting with Mountain Rec? Can we have all of those? So
Let me know if you want to gather some youth and have a meeting. With
hard
Mountain
copy.
Rec.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All about that. You and I both met at the TEDx Youth event at Battle Mountain High School.
Oh, sweet.
And it was that is like what you're talking about resonates because they were like, it was so powerful to watch these kids get up on stage and speak about something that was very important to them, or sing, or some of those things. So like as I was going through your website, I was like, wow, that was like kind of incredible, and like it sounds like you're helping like push these kids in those sort of circumstances and events.
Yeah, most definitely. It's neat to see that, and I love being the youth advocacy platform of Valley's Voice and Mountain Youth, but it's sick to see these other opportunities arising for youth to find their spot.
To backtrack a little bit, earlier you were talking about mental health and substance abuse or big preventions or big topics that you guys are working on. What role does Mountain Youth play in supporting youth wellness? Is it education or kind of putting the fear of God into them? Like kind of how do you guys go about that?
Yeah, we've learned that fear-based does not work as well.
Don't scare our children.
Yeah, if you scare them, they're not going to come back. So how do we get them to keep coming back to things? I like to think of myself as a supportive big brother in this role. Definitely have had youth who I've worked with who have gotten in trouble with the school or teachers or parents or law enforcement. And the thing that I appreciate is being able to go through that process with them of like, what went wrong? What could we have done better? What are we going to do different in the future? Kind of how are we going to move on past this? Because so many youth, when they encounter a challenge like that, it could be super easy just to shut down and become not engaged in what you're doing and not, okay, well, they're just going to suspend me, so fine, I'm just going to deal with that.
Right.
So, no, what can we do to move past this? And, we're a youth development organization, so.
Did you have, when you were growing up, did you kind of have that moment where you did something you were supposed to, and then you had like the big brother figure kind of come in and do what you're doing for the youth, kind of like inspired you to jump into a role like this?
I don't think so. I definitely got in a lot
you were
of trouble.
The good kid?
Oh, no.
I know the thoughts are like spinning through my head. I actually grew up in the Valley, and there wasn't a whole lot going on. So like an organization like this did not exist, and I was like, oh, that would have been great.
Right.
Be like, that was maybe not the best decision. You could have maybe chosen a different path.
A slightly different option, yeah. No, definitely was not the good kid. But I feel like, one of the things that we talk about with Mountain Youth is the importance of trusted adults in the community.
Yeah,
and having adults
huge.
that youth can rely on and go places. It doesn't even have to be a parent or a teacher or a coach. I'm thinking like baristas at coffee shops or like
nice.
Mountain Rec summer staff. Like, those are people who those youth are interacting with on a way closer level than maybe a principal or, parent even.
Yeah.
And so creating more trusted adults in the community is just going to really lead to a stronger, more resilient community where youth can feel like they have somebody to go to talk to figure out okay, what did I do wrong? How do I do this better next time?
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, is there some advice you'd give to parents or community members and how they can be more supportive of that kid that may come in and just kind of be a little bit of a wreck instead of being like, no, just deal with it, but like just something that you'd like to ask of the community just to help support the youth?
I mean, just think about how much adolescents go through.
Yeah.
We do this activity in a training called Positive Youth Development where there's a timeline of your life. And it shows the entire, birth to death, and all of the things that go on in between. So it's like, okay, first mortgage, learns to drive car, first cell phone, and then there's some other things in there as well. But ultimately, you realize that so much happens in the first 18, 21, 25 years of life
Right.
that gives all these options for, risk-taking, or, decisions, or, who am I? What am I doing? How am I doing this? And so, just being there and supporting and recognizing that, even though you taken that risk and made that decision and gone through the thought process, this is the first time that youth's doing that.
Yeah.
So, how can you ask questions and get them to think about that rather than pumping them full of decisions?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, their brains aren't fully developed necessarily. I don't think mine's developed.
I'm still working on it. I'm still working.
Till 25, right?
Yeah.
Like, so there's still a lot of growth, even from, age whatever, 10 to 25.
Yeah.
They have not been on the planet very long.
No,
when
no.
you consider everything.
Yeah.
Right.
That's been the fun of this young adult age group as well, is we started at 18 to 25, and I'm like, well, it's kind of a seasons of life type of thing in the Valley, So now we're like 18 to 30-ish, because people need that community.
Yeah.
And recognizing there's so many decisions that happen between 18 and 25,
Right.
especially like in a valley like this, where if they have somewhere to go besides just home or work or the bar, cool, let's offer that.
Yeah. And, communication has changed so much
Yeah.
too, right? We're all on the devices, and so like teaching our kids how to communicate outside of the cell phone or whatever they might be on. It's so cool to listen to what you all are offering.
Hope it's as cool as it sounds.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, like I said, Susie I got to know her, and she's very passionate about it. And from the individuals that I know that are involved in the organization, it's just guys are very selfless, just put the youth first and just try to make a positive impact on their life and give them opportunities and activities to kind of get off the device, as you said, or if they're on it, to do it in like a creative way and maybe help a teacher with the project of like getting some information out to staff and let the kids' creative juices flow. Like I've coached a little bit, and I'm a little old school. Thanks, Pops. But it's one of those where like I learned from them as well. And I feel that individuals in your role, like you kind of have to stay that open-minded of like, oh, they may be 13 years old, but they see things completely different than we might,
Right. None of us know what it's like to be a 13-year-old in the Eagle Valley in 2026.
Yeah, exactly.
None of us can relate to that with any,
And kind of to piggyback on that, how important is recreation, sports, and just safe community spaces in supporting youth well-being? Like, can you touch on how important that is?
Yeah, definitely. As y'all might know, we are the administrators of the Healthy Kids Colorado survey up in the Valley.
Sweet.
And so that's a statewide survey that every student in the state of Colorado does. And it asks about things like how many vegetables did you eat? How many hours of sleep did you get? How many times have you drank alcohol? How many times, these types of things. And one of the big data points that's of concern to us this year is that there's still decreasing youth that are involved with sports programs and service opportunities.
Okay.
And those sports programs and service opportunities, those are connecting kids with trusted adults, as we talked about. Those are connecting kids with more opportunities for them to build those. Those are connecting kids with skills, not just like digging a path to build the garden walk, but also like interacting with this guy,
And teamwork too.
Oh my gosh.
And one thing that I kind of pride myself on or do with youth sports is we try to make sure that the kids are comfortable and have a friend or two, but we also like to put them with individuals that they don't know so that they kind of learn how to interact and kind of diversify themselves, and not only themselves, but for the parents to do it too, because it's kind of been some really cool stories of like parents wouldn't have met unless their kids were on the team, even though maybe they were wanting to play with their other buddy. It's like, no, we're going to got to keep it this way for now, and then just to see how the parents have kind of grown, and with that, I think it's a like a ripple effect of the well-being of the child as well.
Totally. Some forced mingling and
Yeah.
spread out groups.
Oh,
yeah.
that's sorry, but and then I guess, what do you see happening when young people have opportunities to stay active and connected?
Yeah, I think that teamwork is a huge part of it. Valley's Voice is youth from all of the different schools. We got a middle school age group and a high school age group, and one of the coolest things is getting kids that are from the opposite high schools or the opposite middle schools or ends of the valley high school, and like, oh, you guys have a problem with this too? Seeing that similarity where all of a sudden we're not divided by this mascot that we have. We're not divided by the colors that are at our school. We're not divided by what sports we're interested in or anything like that. We're recognizing that this is a challenge we're both facing, and we're both high school students. Getting them together and in that brain power and teamwork, it's unbeatable.
What is one thing every adult should know about teens today? Good luck.
Ask them. Ask them if you're curious.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to know one thing about the teen that you're hanging out with, or your kid, or your friend's kid, or whatever, just ask them. They want to be asked. They want to have that opportunity to explain themselves, and maybe go on a ramble, because maybe they don't get asked that all that much.
It was pretty cool. We're going through the master plan process for Mountain Rec right now, just kind of deciding what we want to be when we grow up. And I was, when we were at the TEDx event, I was asking the high schoolers, what do you want? What are we missing? And they were like, I've never been asked that. And I was like, I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
But, their ideas are I think some of the programs that they're looking for, I felt like they were unexpected. And it was everything from, the BMX parks, yes, but just even some of the rec programs like golf or lacrosse, because when you hit that age where everybody goes into high school sports and you may not make the team, you still want to play.
Yeah.
How do we, how can Mountain Rec help with those sort of things? And even some of the easy things, I've heard we would love a place to study at the Edwards Fieldhouse. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And the same in Gypsum. We would just love a little lounge to study and get together and study, a safe place to come and just study.
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, we think about those safe spaces as well. Trusted adults go hand in hand with safe spaces.
So last time we had a coach on, and we asked him, what's the silliest thing a kid has said to you? This is a little bit more serious, quote unquote, but I guess what's the best piece of advice that you've received from a young person?
From a young person, we've got a whiteboard in our Edwards office, and it's always got quotes on it.
Sure.
Always quotes that high schoolers and middle schoolers or whatever. Sometimes it's like, "Hi, hope you have a great day." And one of the quotes that a high schooler wrote on it, maybe about a month ago, was, "If your dreams aren't waking you up excited, you're not dreaming of the right things."
I'm going to take that
Ooh,
one too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Trademark
So,
that.
Wow.
Whoever that was.
Live
Thank
your
you.
dreams.
Yeah.
Do your dreams. If you're not waking up excited, figure out what's not making you excited. Get going.
Yeah.
Get your gears spinning. Yeah. Don't just go through the motions.
That is awesome.
How is Mountain Youth funded, or how can we support you? How can the community support you?
Heck yeah. So we're primarily grant funded. Awkward times with grants right now, but it's still all right. We're figuring out what programming we can keep pushing on, and the important stuff. We're doing events all the time. We do free events for middle school, high school youth. Middle school, high school youth are always welcome to any of the events that we've got. mountainyouth.org/calendar is where you can find all that information. We've got a fundraiser coming up on April 14th called Forging Futures. We're going to have some youth speakers there. It's going to be at Citria up at Beaver Creek. It's kind of a fundraiser, kind of just an opportunity for people to get together and socialize and kind of see the impact of the work.
There's one thing that we can do today with our youth. What do you think it is? Just support and
support them. Ask them questions.
Yeah.
See what they need. Even if they say, I don't know, right then, they'll recognize that you asked what they need.
Yeah. Just let them be heard, I think. I mean, even as an adult, sometimes it's just you just need to be heard and have somebody know, or know that somebody cares, So can you just tell us the website again? Because he's going to make it appear at the bottom of the screen as you say this, and just so that folks know where to check out all of your information and things like that.
Heck yeah. Our main website is mountainyouth.org. You can go to mountainyouth.org/calendar for all of our events. And additionally, for the young adult specific stuff, we've got an Instagram called Moya.Vale Valley.
Moya.
And we're doing like bi-weekly, every other week events there. Just did like a book binding with the library district last night.
Oh, sweet.
Pretty cool,
Okay.
making your own notebooks. But yeah, come to any events or trainings or anything we've got. They're always free and there's always food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just
sold.
let me know when.
Okay.
It's
Chris will eat you out of everything.
anytime there's a meeting, if there's food, they're like, Parker's going to be there. Still true, guys.
Still true.
Chicken wings. All right, Cam, and we appreciate you coming in. Thanks for all that you do for the youth in this valley. Yeah, be sure to check out his website for all the information. And you seem like a nice guy and approachable. So if you see him at that coffee shop, just drop a line. And yeah, thanks for everything you do.
Thanks for y'all as well. Appreciate Mountain Rag, Jamie and Chris. Thanks y'all so much. And yeah, coffee shop, wherever, come say hi. And 6'3" redhead. I don't get away with that.
I'm surrounded by height.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Cam Dole from Mountain Youth. All right, so before we wrap up today's episode, we're going to take a quick gander as to what's happening in Mountain Rec for the adults.
Yeah. Spring is getting busy out on the fields. It's go time.
It is go time. I'm so excited. I really am.
Are you?
I am, yeah. It's just it's once you start, it's like 6 months of it. Oh goodness! But we're talking about softball. We're getting new lights. I'm so pumped, and we're getting turf at the end of fall. Co-rec men and men's softball. Our spring season is going to be starting April 14th, and it's going to go through May 20th. And this will be at the Eagle Sports Complex. Registration closes the first week of April. And I believe men's is full, but we still have plenty of room on the co-ed side. Some friendly, slow pitch softball until it's not so friendly.
Yeah. Get your coworkers out there.
Yeah.
Sign up a team.
Yeah, we have a co-ed team with Eagle County School District. Like some of their like administrators, not teachers, but kind of like that work with the district itself.
I'd like to see who will have the coolest team name and jersey.
My jerseys from last year are pretty dope.
They're pretty dope.
Yeah, we have the Kool-Aid Man on them.
Ah.
And they're very colorful.
Can you beat the Kool-Aid Man? Get your teams
Oh,
together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about more individual sport stuff if you don't want to play softball.
Yeah,
with adults.
we have a lot of drop-in programs, whether it's pickleball, basketball, indoor soccer, pickup basketball, and then also we'll still offer public skating and stick and puck sessions until about April 10th at the Eagle Ice Rink. And then our last day at the Eagle Ice Rink is actually April 12th, but we'll be kind of shutting down for that weekend because it's the Vale Skating Club's annual ice show.
Oh,
They set it up, they decorate it, and then it's a cool opportunity to come out and watch the figure skating crew show that what they've learned throughout the year.
oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Well, this next thing has nothing to do with figure skating, but it does involve the Eagle Pool, and it's going to reopen at the end of May. And we're going to be training new and existing staff to keep our pools and community members safe. We're going to offer a shallow water training April 10th through the 13th. And once you pass your shallow water test, you'll be able to go into deep water training. And in May, registration is open for that. You must be 15. And all 3 of our pools will be open in Eagle, the Gypsum Rec Center, and the Gypsum Creek Pool, where you can golf, play pickle, and swim all at the same time.
All at the same time.
Yeah.
So wear your trunks,
And,
bring your racket, bring your golf clubs,
and a paddle.
and
yes.
a paddle. There's
All
a
right.
lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Dancing with the Stars stuff.
Dancing with the Stars. Let's get our groove on.
Yeah.
You want to be my dance partner, Parker?
We could try. I'm trying not to step on your feet too much.
I can't imagine. I just had this vision of us trying to dance. We can hardly coordinate our podcast.
Right. We're doing well, guys.
Oh my gosh. So we are offering a new free partner dance class from 6 to 9 p.m. on April 3rd and April 17th at the Gypsum Rec Center. The coolest thing is this is free, but our instructor will go through an hour of dance lessons. So they're teaching everything from bachata to salsa, swing, country, and all levels are open. And it's one of the cool things is we have a, what's it called?
A dance room?
Child watch.
Child watch. Okay.
We have child watch, and we keep that open until 7 p.m. the night of the free dances, so you can drop your little kids off at child watch. If you have an adult membership or membership with us, you're allowed to drop one free kiddo off and go dance with your partner.
One free
But you
kid?
don't have to have a partner to come to this dance class.
Okay.
So it goes from 6 to 9. So after the lesson, you get to go and test your skills out and see what's going on. Kind of a cool new thing we're offering.
Awesome. And one thing that we've been offering, I think it's kind of the existence of rec centers, is fitness classes at the Gypsum Rec Center. Classes are included with your membership, or it's just $12 to drop in. This includes Zumba, yoga, Tai Chi, water aerobics, Fury Fitness, weightlifting, and much more.
Much, much more.
Talk about a book that can be lifted and read with a coffee.
I like this is nice, calm part of Mountain Rec. Our Literature and Lattes book club meets 12 p.m. the second Tuesday of the month. And so this month's book is Will Prescribe You by C.U. Ishida. And the book club is free. It's at the Gypsum Rec Center, ages 15 and older. And you can just bring yourself. You don't even have to read the book. You can come for the good conversations and the snacks and the coffee. Or you don't have to finish the book.
Okay.
You can listen to the book. So that's kind of, we do have a ton of adult programs and opportunities coming up, but, you just keep an eye out at mountainrec.org, and those are just a few of the highlights.
Definitely. Well, Jammer, we finished episode number 5. I think we did well. Z, don't mistake that for the ending clap. That was just a clap for the 5s. Once again, thanks to Cam for coming in, talking about Mountain Youth. If you have any questions, comments, stories, individuals you think that would be great, just shoot an email to info@mountainrec.org. Voila, bottom of the screen. I don't know who all gets that, but it will get to the right people. I believe you're on that. You get that?
Yeah, Z and I look through it. Z looks through it more than I do.
Yes.
Though. I'm not going to take credit.
Z is a real person. We're going to get her on screen one of these days. And she's so excited. June. Yeah, we're going to get her on in June. But Z, as always, thank you for this. Community, thanks for all that you do. One special shout out. I'm going to go a little off script. Congratulations to our 3 finalists from our volunteer appreciation dinner that we just had on Saturday. Bill Foster, Kevin Sprints, and Stacy LeDuc. And Stacy did receive our Volunteer of the Year award for all the work that she has done in the community. So one more congratulations to those 3 individuals.
Stacey. We had 266 volunteer coaches last year.
Really?
And how many seasons is that in a year? Like, what do you figure?
I can't 13, do math in the
20
morning.
seasons?
Yeah,
seasons
like
are broke up by, some coaches coach both their kids throughout the week, and so they're coaching nearly every single day,
Monday through Thursday.
We couldn't do it without
8
you.
weeks.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in a month. And because these cards are cool, I get to throw it at the camera.